The girl's mom kept her locked in her room. She was never allowed to go outside.
I'm sick of this!
But the reason behind it was shocking. The girl was born with her heart in the wrong place. Even a small hit could take her life. To protect her, her mom never let her leave the house, but the girl had enough.
Mom, I want to be touched. I want to be shoved. I want to be punched. I don't even care, just...
In the end, her mom finally agreed to the surgery. After a checkup, the doctors found another problem. Her heart was too big. There wasn't enough space in her chest. They had to cut open her breastbone, put in a special material, and expand her chest cavity to make the surgery work. But the chances of success were low. If it failed, her heart would stop forever. Luckily, God showed mercy. The surgery was a success. Now, the girl could finally step outside like everyone else. The man's hand gets caught in a meat grinder. While demonstrating how to clean the meat grinder, the new employee accidentally turned the power back on.
I hate new employees.
The doctor starts by removing the screws, checking out the condition of his hand. Luckily, the bone isn't injured.
My God.
For someone with their hand stuck in a meat grinder, he's doing surprisingly well. You can see the new doctor is already throwing up into the trash can. The doctor decides to use the power drill to cut the grinder open. With everyone's help, the man's hand is finally taken out, but it looks like it's beyond saving. They quickly go into surgery. The man's hand is amputated. After the surgery, the man's hand is all wrapped up in thick bandages.
I can't wait to get back to work.
The doctor tells him there's no rush.
I don't mean so I can work. I mean so I can fire that damn butcher.
The two kids are alone on the busy highway, with no sign of their parents.
Your dad was here? Where'd he go?
He went back for Lizzie.
The firefighters find the dad in the woods.
I got his leg.
Yeah.
Okay, now breathe.
He has an open fracture in his leg.
I can only get reception over the road.
You walked back and forth on his leg?
I can get him out.
It turns out that even with a broken leg, this dad went back and forth several times to bring his kids to the road to wait for rescue. It's hard to imagine how much pain his leg was in. At his strong request, the firefighters start rescuing his daughter who's still trapped in the car.
Okay, feel it back.
The girl is quickly rescued safely, but she refuses to go to the hospital first.
I have to be with my dad. He would never leave me.
Okay, yeah, you can come with us. Come on.
The firefighters are also deeply moved and agree to her request. A terrible crash on the road. A woman was pinned under a car wheel.
Come on, guys, we got this. 1, 2, 3.
Slowly, the wheel was lifted. She was pulled out, rushed to the hospital, but she was bleeding inside. Too many wounds, too much blood loss. The doctors were exhausted. Then, the chief stepped in, pack her abdomen with gauze, control the damage. If her body recovers, we operate again. If not, we let her go. But Gray wouldn't give up. She stayed by the woman's side all night, never went home. Even when her daughter showed up at the hospital, missing her mom, Gray ran straight to the OR. Outside, her daughter's cries filled the halls.
You know why men think they can run the world and women can't? Because of crying babies. Dr. Ross out there could hear it. Only difference is the crying doesn't affect him.
Gray swallowed her pain. She focused on the surgery. This time, she found the bleeding fast, stopped it, saved the woman's life. At last, she could go comfort her own child. The doctors are rounding together. Unusual sounds coming from the TV.
Is that?
Porn. Porn. As in porn?
All right.
The doctor tells them not to watch it in public. The man explains. Other doctors say watching porn helps with his pain. Everyone doesn't believe it, but they're totally hooked.
What is this?
Nasty, naughty nurses, 4.
That does not look comfortable.
Trust me, it's not.
Not long after, the hospital loses power.
Help, please.
The man says he can't deal with the pain without watching porn. The doctor still doesn't believe him, until the man really starts showing signs of intense pain.
You're really in pain.
His blood pressure goes up, his pulse quickens.
Are you telling me the porn actually sedated you?
What do you think? I'm some kind of pervert watching that stuff in front of you?
Well, yes.
The doctor sees that he's allergic to most painkillers. She can only think of one way.
You tell anyone I did this for you. Not only will I kill you, I will sell your body parts for cash.
Then she starts telling him a dirty story.
They were taking a shower together, soaping each other up. And then this doctor walks in. Me too, said Crystal, as she snapped on her surgical glove. And then there was Marta.
As the doctor is telling him the story, the power comes back on. The man finally returns to normal. What a weird way to relieve pain.
Oh my God.
What?
The girl immediately called 911. When the firefighters arrived, the hairdresser had already woken up. The girl said since the hairdresser did her extensions, her scalp had been hurting non-stop. She suspected something was wrong with the hair he used. The firefighters started checking her scalp and found
Pockets!
You did this to me!
The firefighters immediately comforted her and promised to take care of it. Luckily, the parasites were only on the surface, and they hadn't affected her internal health.
Where did you get the hair?
According to the hairdresser's story, the police soon tracked down the hair supplier, and it turned out the supplier worked at a funeral home. Now we know where the hair came from. Would you still want extensions now? What if you have a home birth alone, but difficult labor occurs?
Baby, you're supposed to be born in peace without a bunch of beeping machines and medical intervention.
She's been in labor for over 20 hours. If she waits any longer, it could be dangerous. Her husband quickly calls 911. The firefighters insist on taking her to the hospital. As soon as she steps into the elevator, it feels like the baby is about to arrive. This shows that the best place to give birth isn't at home, but in the elevator. Misfortune does not come singly. The elevator breaks down, trapping them inside. The captain sees her cervix is already 5 centimeters dilated. The baby has to be born right now.
Come on, yes! There!
Their baby is finally born. The family of 3 happily embraces. She's experiencing severe postpartum hemorrhage. Only a blood transfusion can save her life. The firefighters quickly call for backup and ask the hospital to send blood bags. When the firefighters arrive, they find that the elevator is stuck between 2 floors. It's surrounded by solid steel and concrete. So how can they get the blood bags inside? The team can only take their wall-breaking tools and climb the stairs to the 17th floor. By listening carefully, they finally pinpoint the trapped location. Bad things happen again. The power drill breaks down. The captain has to resort to the most basic methods and starts breaking through the wall. After a long while, they make a large hole in the wall. The captain quickly shoves the first aid box with blood bags into the elevator, but it seems too late. The woman has already lost too much blood. Still, the paramedics continue doing CPR and start the blood transfusion. Her shows no signs of waking up.
Please don't die, Opal. Our baby needs you. He needs his mom.
Miraculously, the woman slowly opens her eyes. Because of her love for her baby and husband, she returns to life. Seeing this touching moment, the firefighters are filled with joy.